How do you get over that 3-month mark in a relationship? This is something that my clients have asked me many times. Like, I'm dating someone new and things are going really well. We're having a lot of fun. And then all of a sudden, around that 3-month mark, it fizzles out or one of us sabotages. And I'm noticing a pattern. If this is you, like and subscribe. My name is Love Coach Lynn. And this is all about you getting into your feminine energy, not only to attract true love and committed and safe love, but to let it grow from a place of surrender, receiving, and bliss. So let's dive in. Yes, you are not alone in this natural cycle and progression of this 3-month kind of set point where things start to change. This is studied, this is real, and we're going to talk about this today. So, first, what I want you to do is take a breath, take a moment of gratitude for being in this place in this time where you are asking these deep questions. Everything is transformable. It is all able to be released and changed and healed. And I want you to feel secure and safe in this moment, knowing that the answers that you are asking for are coming to you. Just as a queen is able to receive, so are you. You are supported and fully here with me, and I'm here with you in this moment. We're going to talk about what is happening versus what you're thinking. What is happening in the physical world, the 3D physical actual things that are happening, coincide with your conscious mind. You're going on dates, you're having a lot of fun together, you vibe, you're hanging out, you've got great chemistry. It's really fun. And you're thinking that. You're also thinking, this is great. I don't need to commit. I'm not really ready for a relationship. But in the meantime, we're just having fun, right? Well, something gradually shifts, gradually. And when you're in this 3-month, 90-day area, it begins to be really hard to ignore because what is happening energetically coincides with your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind creates 95% of your reality. What is happening energetically is if there is a great connection, your heart begins to open. Why? Because as human beings, we are hardwired for connection. So when there is a connection and we're getting to know somebody, whether it be a colleague, a coworker, a friend, a neighbor, or a lover, we start to open up our hearts. It is a natural progression. You're beginning to trust them, you're beginning to be more vulnerable. But the problem is, because it's kind of more connected to your subconscious mind, if your subconscious mind is not on board, it will sabotage. Again, it controls and creates 95% of your lived reality. So here's what happens in the subconscious mind most of the time with the women that I'm speaking to. I'm not worthy of love. Love isn't safe. I can't do this. I'm going to end up hurt. I don't have what it takes. People aren't going to love me. They only want one thing. He's eventually going to leave, and I'm not going to be cared for, or I'm going to have to be heartbroken and and I don't want to do that again. So your subconscious mind is there, especially the wounded egoic part of it, to keep you safe, to keep you alive, to keep you safe. And if there is something that you have been through, abandonment, trauma, wounding, a heartbreak, your subconscious mind will say, nope, that's not safe. Stop there. Don't do this. Oh, don't open your heart again. The energetics of, based on what is actually happening, you're having fun, you're vibing, it's great, is like the natural progression is open, 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 trust, be vulnerable, have fun. Subconscious mind saying no, no, no. And this might be happening for you or the partner or both. Either way, that is the breaks. That's the sabotage. That is the end. That's why this is why the experience happens. So what we're going to do right now is to talk about, well, okay, how do I change it? You change it by becoming aware, number one. Aware of what the subconscious is saying. What are your love beliefs? What do you say, not consciously, but unconsciously, when it comes to love and relationship? Not, I don't want a relationship, but why don't you want a relationship? Is it because this ex or that parent said or did something to you that you're not conscious of, that made you fear love, or that made you think that all love is scary? All partnerships or relationships mean something. You can do it to a degree, but here's the thing: you can't carry on that pretending that nothing is happening for more than 3 months. Of course, it's not an exact 90-day science. However, it's an approximate, but that, like, just hanging out situationship thing, you can carry it on for as long as you want, but it's not necessarily going to feel authentic, and it's not going to feel great to you. So your heart is going to say, okay, we have been dating, even though we're not officially calling it dating, we're not exclusive, but we've been seeing each other for more than, a few months, and I'm starting to question everything. Or he's cutting me off, or he's backing away, or he's not responding, or he's acting all of a sudden really emotionally unavailable, and I don't know what's happening. That's what's happening, because the heart is saying time to commit, but your subconscious mind, or let's say his, is really saying scary, 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 back off, back off. We don't want to do this, because it's in the past, it wasn't safe. So number one, I said, is to become aware of the beliefs, so that number two, you can transform them. So these, I'm not worthy of love, or love is scary, they are pitfalls. They're black holes, potholes, walls, blocks, whatever you want to call them. And what becoming aware of them does is it helps you address that before it happens. So yes, oh, I have the belief, because my father abandoned me when I was young, that love isn't safe. So what we do is we address the abandonment wound, so that you don't have to face it when your heart is already entangled. And that does two things. It prevents you from actually going through the sabotage of the fun thing that's going on, so that you can skate through it and then naturally and organically explore what this might turn into. And it prevents you from attracting those same people in the first place, because everybody is a mirror of you. Every person that you've dated, every relationship you've been in, everybody in your life is mirroring back and reflecting back to you where you are in your personal development. Of course, you are also doing it to that person, but we're just focusing on you right now. Every person in your life has shown you where you are in your belief system. If that person is emotionally unavailable, so are you. Maybe it's an equal and opposite way, but you have that emotional unavailability in some degree and in some way as well. So when you start to dig in and dive in and heal those things, which is what I do with my clients, which is why they're able to attract healthy love, then you can attract the healthy love as well. You don't have to be attracting those time wasters and those unavailables and those avoidance and those whatevers you want to label it. They become obsolete, no longer become part of your vicinity. They are not an issue any longer, because you are now operating at a different vibration, a different frequency, and you're attracting a different caliber of partner as well. So this is attraction science. I'm not specifically talking about feminine energy at the moment, but what I am talking about is healing. Do you have to be 100% healed to attract the right person? No. However, every little awareness and big awareness breakthrough, every tear that's shed and released, is progress. It's like, great, I healed that wound. Great, I addressed that limiting belief. Awesome. The more you can do, the less you'll have to do with the person in a healing process, and the better quality of person you will attract into your life. Healing in partnership is healthy. And that is real as long as there isn't codependency. So the first step that we do is heal any kind of these very uh, base wounds and beliefs that are attracting those people in the first place. Once you're there, yes, being in partnership, more stuff will come up. So that is a belief that we want to get rid of. We don't want to have that. Oh, I have to be perfect. You know who's perfect? An enlightened master is perfect, and we are not that yet. So don't worry about that. You will attract the right person for you once you get over, heal, and transform these really base beliefs and triggers and traumas and shadows. So again, we want to become aware of the process. What's happening physically coincides with my conscious mind. What's happening energetically coincides with my subconscious mind. And here is where the discrepancy is. Here's where the break is. Because I'm starting to feel things, I'm starting to catch feelings and open my heart and trust and vulnerable. My subconscious mind is saying, danger, 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 danger. And maybe this isn't you, maybe this is the other person. Either way, somebody's going to sabotage it. So, again, what we want to do is be able to foreshadow, see it, predict it, observe it, really dive in so that we can heal that. That's what we do with my clients together. And then also allow for a different caliber of person to come into our lives. Allow that level of receiving within yourself. So if you want more of this, please put a comment, say what you got from this, like and subscribe again. Go to TikTok at Love the Feminine Way library of content. And also I want you to sign up for a discovery call so we can speak one-on-one for deep transformation, accountability, and individualized care on this issue so that you can then attract the right person for you that will not run, that will not, you won't run away, and neither will the other person. You can just skate right through that 3-month mark so that it is a natural organic progression of opening without the fears. So I wish you a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Share this out if anybody in your mind resonates with it. And I look forward to speaking with you soon.